As men, we place way too much importance on women. Most of our actions, most of the things we do is to obtain a woman, to impress a woman, to get a woman's attention, put us in position to be around a certain woman. Our mind and our subconscious is constantly thinking about women. We use most of our creativity space thinking about women. We use a lot of our money. We allocate that towards women. We disguise it in a bunch of different ways. We say we like jewelry. We say we like nice cars. We say we like a big house. A lot of that stuff is just to put us in position to present ourselves properly to a woman. What would happen if you allocated all your energy towards making yourself better and then women come as a result of that? I think we all know the answer to that, but we won't do it. It's a lot more difficult than it seems because what it requires of us is for us to sacrifice in the moment in order to have the long-term success. What we don't want to do is we don't want to grind in our 20s. We don't want to grind in our early 30s to put ourselves in the proper position to have the right relationship dynamics when we do obtain that woman or when we are in position to obtain or to talk to those caliber of women. What most men do is they end up sabotaging their lives. They end up picking a low quality woman before they had any time to self-develop, self-improve, get their money up, get in shape, build confidence, and truly become that man they've always wanted to be so that when they look in the mirror, they feel good about what they see in front of them. If we just had the patience to wait and become who we're supposed to be before sabotaging our life, picking somebody that we don't really truly love, because a lot of you guys won't be honest, but the person you're with, you know that's not exactly who you want to be with. The person you're with, you know that you're with that person because that's the best you can get. And I understand every situation is different. I'm sensitive to that. I get it. Some people have children. Some people have mortgages together. Some people share bills. So you can't just up and leave like that, but you still have an opportunity to self-improve. You still have an opportunity to become the best version of yourself and hopefully bring that person up with you. But a lot of us place way too much importance on women so early that we mess up everything. For me, for example, I got religiously married when I was like 18 or 19. Why did I do that? Because I had no real intention or direction for my life, so things just started happening to me. An important thing my mom has always told me that resonates with me is if you don't have a plan for your life, other people will plan it for you. And it's funny because I didn't have a plan for my life and life was just happening to me. It was just like shit was just going on. When I went to college, I didn't pick a degree intentionally. So I ended up having to switch majors. When I was younger, I didn't pick the woman that I actually wanted. So she ended up picking me. So I ended up somehow getting religiously married or married via ceremony, whatever you want to call it. I won't get into details. But when you look back on it and then you actually work on yourself and you become the person that you're supposed to be, you end up realizing, okay, I wouldn't have made that decision if it was me today. I wouldn't have made that decision in my new confidence, new consciousness, new self-respect, daily habits that I do. I know now that I deserve certain things and I'm not going to settle for anything less, which is why I'm in a good situation now with somebody that I actually want to be with. And I intentionally choose this person every day. But all of this could have been avoided if I did not place so much importance on women. We get our hair cut more often than we need to impress women. We get a car note that's too high to impress women because we know that, okay, if I'm in this car, it's more likely that this girl will pay attention to me. Or we literally play out scenarios in our head like, okay, I'm getting out of work right now. There's a new girl that showed up, whatever. Let's say you work at a big corporation or something like that where you can't really know how much money each person makes. You know that if you get out of a certain car, she's going to see you as upper echelon. And by nature, we understand as men that women are hypergamous, which means they want to get the best option that they can have. If they know you make the same salary as them, they literally don't see you the same. Like you physically do not present the same in front of them as if you make double what they make. If you make double what they make, they naturally see you as more attractive, and that just is what it is. And if you're a woman who wants to come on here and tell me that's not true, I mean, hopefully the guys will tell you it simply is a fact. It is what it is. No woman wants an equal. You want somebody who's better than you physically, mentally, financially, all of that stuff. But we spend a lot of money and we spend a lot of time thinking about women and placing so much importance on them, and they would never do the same for us. We'll drive 3 hours to go see a girl just for the chance of maybe sleeping with her. They won't do that for just a regular guy. They will do it for certain guys, but they'll only do it for like the top 5 to 1% of dudes. Now, you'll do it for just a regular chick who's like a 5 on a Tuesday. You'll get off work early to go hang out with her. You'll break your budget just to take this girl to dinner when you know that that's not how your finances are set up, or you know that's not in your dating budget for this week. You'll stay out late even though you know you have to go to work at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. just to kind of try to get the situation popping the night before. You allow matches and women's text messages and attention from them to sway your emotions. So you're at work and you got a presentation to do in a couple hours, but you're fiddling through your phone, messaging women, you're balancing 11 girls that you're talking to. You're upset that 2 of them haven't texted you in 2 days. You're trying to schedule something for after work for one of them to meet you at night. You just got too much going on. You're lacking focus. You're not able to really pay attention to the things that matter in your life. And there's a way to channel all this to make it work. There's a way to focus on women, but use them as a source of energy. Because if you think about it as, okay, I have this thing in me as a man, I'm a masculine man, I have this thing in me that I don't necessarily need a lot, I don't necessarily care too much about the frivolous things in this world. However, I know women do, and I do want a woman in my life someday, or I want to have the opportunity to have many women who want me someday so I can kind of choose from, or whatever, however you want to do it. You could decide that, okay, I'm going to focus on the thing that would give me the best opportunity, which would obviously be to get in shape, be successful, have some self-development, be able to carry conversations, be able to carry yourself in a proper fashion in public, know how to dress. If you do those 4 things or those 5 things, you give yourself a way better chance later on to succeed, but it requires sacrifice, right? It requires in your 20s not focusing on women so much. It requires in your 20s going to bed on time. It requires going to the gym every single day or every other day to prevent burnout or whatever type of system of training you want to do. It requires taking your multivitamins and your fish oil and all the little supplements that you take to give you a 1% edge. It requires being decently well read, at least read like a couple books per year so that maybe in 10 years you've read 24 books. That's not the best, but it's something. It requires working on your finances, working on your hygiene. These are the things we should be focused on in our early 20s. These are the things we should be seeking 1% improvement in every single day. And by default on that journey, certain women will fall in your lap. You won't really have to try. You'll be walking out of the gym one day and somebody will say hello to you, or they'll come and say, oh, you make those look easy, or something like that. That's like her letting you know, hey, I see you. I see what you're doing. You look good. Because women don't talk to ugly dudes, guys. Women don't talk to fat dudes who they don't give a fuck about. They will only notice and say anything to you if you're in the top 5 to 10%. Her phone's maxed out. She's got 78 messages she hasn't responded to. Her Facebook's maxed out. She has about 45 dudes from high school, all types of people hitting her up. Her Instagram's got celebrities in it, blue check marks in it. If you're not willing to compete, if you're not willing to do some type of work, then you just got to bow out of the game and not compete. But the way the game is set up, it gives everybody a chance, because even if you're a 17-year-old Dorkagon, in 5 years you could be Clark Kent. In 5 years you could have added 20 pounds of muscle. You could have raised your financial status maybe by 50%. Maybe you go from $50,000 to $100,000 with a few skills. You could have worked on your hygiene, found a unique cologne that works really well for your body scent. You could have figured out your style. So from 18 to 23, you could get all this done and you could be in good position to put yourself right in the spot where you need to be for 30 to 35 and be good. I had a 10-year delay with all this. For 10 years, I had no direction, no intentionality, didn't pay attention to much of this stuff. Thankfully, I did the fitness thing, but I just kind of did that. That was really accidental. I just fell into the gym and it kind of worked out. And I realized, oh snap, like this is some positive feedback. And I started liking it for mental health and stuff like that. But now that I really know how to set the game up, I can just put the daily habits that I need to do on my calendar that'll get me where I need to go and then let time do its thing. It's not that difficult. But a lot of people live without intention and a lot of people don't want to make sacrifices. You got to put women in a proper perspective. I'm not telling you not to care about women or to put women on the back burner like they don't matter. What I'm telling you to do is give yourself the best chance at having the best shot at them when it's the proper time and be able to sacrifice in the early stages. It's not your time to have a woman or have the woman of your dreams at 18. It's not your time at 25. It's not your time at 28. You should be looking at, you want to be able to pick the woman you want in your prime, which is 30 to 35, or you could say 35 to 40 for a man. And remember, when they're in their prime, they don't pick anybody. When they're 18, they don't pick anybody because they know in the back of their head they have time ahead of them. Even though a woman has the love of her life at 19, she still understands she has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more years of her prime, so she'll be fine. And she's not pressing the issue. She's not going to be begging you. She's not going to be asking you to marry her. She's not going to do any of that. She's going to play her position of leverage and make sure that she gets the most out of this deal. She's 18. Her value's the highest. Or let's say she's 22, 23, for those of you who think 18 is weird. I think it's weird too. I get it. She's 22, 23. She thinks her value's the highest. She's not going to be tripping off you. You need to have the same attitude when you're 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Don't ever let a woman tell you, oh, well, you're 35. You're getting older. Bro, you're just getting started. 35 is your prime as a man. 35 is when you just figured out intentionality. You just figured out how to budget. You just figured out how to make money. You just figured out how to remove toxic people from your life and put them in the proper perspective. You just figured out how to work a schedule and make sure that you're doing things that habitually get you to the place you need to go. We're just figuring this stuff out. There's no rush. Take your time. And I'm in a relationship, a happy relationship with the person that I love and care about. But I'm telling you this in the perspective of a big brother, an OG, or if you're an older guy, maybe you can look back and say, okay, damn, if I kind of thought like this dude, maybe I'd be somewhere else, and maybe put in the comment for the younger guys to understand. But we got to live with intentionality. We got to devalue women when we're young. They're not valuable to you right now. they're not really valuable to you unless they're going to be adding to your life also. If they're not going to be taking care of your kids, if they're not going to be helping you as far as the process of your progress, helping you with your daily habits, all that intangible bullshit they talk about, like, oh, I'm going to love you and I'm going to bring femininity and I'm going to bring softness and I'm going to, bro, softness, femininity, love don't pay no bills. Earth don't care about that shit. You need to be helping me with business, tangible things, daily habits, cooking, cleaning. And I'm just saying cooking and cleaning just because it's an easy thing to roll off my tongue. I do my own cooking and I do my own cleaning. I don't really believe you should need a woman to do that, but every guy's different. So some guys, maybe they work from home, they're an engineer, and it would be beneficial for the woman to bring him some food every 4 hours or so and maybe track his macros to help him get in better shape. I mean, that's a huge value right there that helps you with your progress, that helps you with where you need to go. If this girl's able to do your accounting and you own a business, that helps you with where you need to go. We need to put women in the proper perspective. It's not about love and about feelings and all this fluffy shit that they talk about. It's about, what do you bring to my life? And if you don't bring certain things to my life, there's not a point of you being in it. It's the same as friends. If your friends are smoking, drinking with you, you have a good time with them, but you guys don't get better together, you don't talk about business ideas together, you don't talk about money and expanding it together, what is the point of that? You got to be selfish. You get one life to live and we're all going to die. So we got to be really intentional about what we do with our life, our time, the people in it. Stop placing so much value on women. Think about them from the proper perspective. Wait till you're older and you have all of these little things figured out to introduce a woman to your life, so you have the proper dynamics and she can look up to you with respect. She can see you as a man. You're not a man if she's 18 and you're 18, she works at Macy's and you work at the shoe store. You're not there yet. You have to have bigger goals, bigger dreams. You got work to do. If you got a girl at that time, that's cool. Just make sure you don't wrap your mind around it as far as some love shit and thinking that you're dedicated to her and you'll lose your life for her and all this stuff. Just enjoy your situation, know where you need to go, try to live intentionally as soon as possible, and you give yourself the best shot. Remember, your peak and your prime as a man is not 18, not 25, not 30. It's 33 to about 40. That's what it is. They want to make it seem that when they're declining, you're declining too. You're not. Testosterone does not work the same. Your prime, 33 to 40. If you do it right, take care of yourself, and you can even extend that with testosterone and fitness and skincare and all that kind of stuff. So never think they're on the same level as you. See yourself as better. I'm not telling you that you're better. Women don't attack me trying to tell me that, oh, he thinks men are better than women. But actually, I mean,